Hey, welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message today for Capricorn. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates. If you're new to the channel, know I like to look at everything. I like to go in deep. So I look at the spiritual blocks and shadows, and we see how they play out as karmic themes along with everything else. So if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you have to be open to getting a shadow reading. You also have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. And it's just the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. That's important when you're looking at shadows. And if you happen to forget what the word of the video is, it'll always be in the description box, along with all other important information, such as my other YouTube channels, my Virgo channel and my Scorpio channel. So you can check it out there. All right, let's see what the word of the video is. Okay. The word of the video is hopelessness, hopelessness. Well, Capricorn, I feel like you've been in separation from someone for a really long time, and you feel like it's hopeless, not necessarily because this person can't do, it's almost like this person's so traumatized that they think that they can't do anything. It's like they don't see a way out of their situation, is what I'm feeling. And they also don't know how to fix the situation that they created with you. I feel like you were dealing with someone that was a juggler, and they made the wrong decision. And that person that they were juggling with kind of trapped them. And the reason why I say that is I look down and I find attachments. And attachments are created when we have superficial relationships. And, you know, we think that we're only in it for a good time. Well, not all the time does everyone have the same intention. So I feel like your person was fooling around with somebody, like, again, and not for it to be turn into anything serious. However, they wound up getting an attachment, and that's a person that sees them as an opportunity, and that's an opportunity to pay their bills, an opportunity to take care of them, to be in a relationship. So the thing is, it's like I said, I feel like you're in separation from someone that doesn't really see a way out because they got themselves into a situation and they weren't really nice to you. So this is the underlining energy. So if your person's not doing anything, well, this is the reason why. So let's see what you were with this person. How did this person treat you? And I'm kind of feeling obviously very non-committal because this person got an attachment when they were still hanging out with you. Self-righteous. So it's, again, I feel like this person never really gave you your place. It's like they were very non-committal. They were in, they were out. You would confront them on it. They would actually be self-righteous, which is exactly why they, again, wound up getting an attachment, somebody that was going to karmically teach them, because I feel like this person knew that it wasn't right to really treat you that way, but didn't care. They undervalued the connection, and they felt like they didn't have to change because they knew you really cared about them. You might say, I don't know how they could really feel, because you might have said, I don't really feel like I gave that much energy. It's every time this person wanted you, you were made yourself available. And that pretty much told this person that they held an important space in your life. Whether you did or whether they did or whether they didn't is irrelevant. It's saying what this person perceives. And someone that's self-righteous usually has a big ego. They're not going to look at things from any other perception. And now what I feel like is it's like they're angry because they don't understand why they create the same situations. And I feel like it's made you angry because you're like, first of all, dealing with you were self-righteous and you were angry all the time as if I was doing something wrong. Like they would project their anger because again, you were asking questions, and with questions comes boundaries, right? I mean, you teach a person how you want to be treated, but if you don't know anything, you can't have boundaries. So this person kind of wanted to like navigate the relationship like that. And but really what wound up happening is that I feel like you were not that easily manipulated. Obviously, like I said, if every time you asked them a question or wanted to know what was going on in your connection or just create that intimacy, that bond, the person gets angry, well, because and angry not necessarily by screaming, but self-righteous, like, who the hell are you to ask me? Well, they were pretty much telling you that they did not want to be in a committed relationship. I feel like they gave a lot of mixed messages, and that's because they're very attracted to you. So there's a lot of chemistry. So when they would see you, they would want all that, and they would again almost overpromise, under deliver, promise that they were going to do, give you and be, give you the stars, the moon, and the sun thrown in kind of type deal, and then they'd always come up short. And that's because when I'm with you, I get lost in you because we have a connection and I'm really super attracted. However, I don't really want that real type of relationship. And this person's actions were in alignment with that. And that's why they formed that attachment. Again, look, attached. So this person just has a bad way of forming attachments. And that's someone that's very insecure. This person is very selfish. And they come on and they again promise everybody the sun, stars, moon thrown in, and it's like they don't really mean it. They are here for a good time, not a long time. The problem is that they attract very needy people normally. And the thing is, you didn't display that neediness. And you weren't going to like be codependent, because that's essentially what an attachment is. An attachment is codependency, where this person needs for the relationship to be codependent so they feel important. But then what happens is that they don't really want that type of relationship, because with an attachment is people that have low self-esteem, people that are paranoid, people that are definitely not going to want this person to cheat. It's just this person thinks that they can get over. And so I feel like they try to manipulate you to form like an attachment with you, because that's how they elevate themselves. That's how they feel comfortable in a relationship. And I don't even think that they're really aware of it. So this is like, this person would come into a person's life super fast, super hot, super like, again, like falling all over you, promising everything, so almost stalker obsessive like, and then all of a sudden one day turn cold. And the reason why is because they are the ones that create the attachment, because they're insecure. So it's again, they're never coming in from their true self. If they're insecure, they're always coming in, devaluating themselves, and then overcompensating, overgiving. And no one can continue in a relationship like that. That's why this person is non-committal. Thing is that you didn't fall for this. You weren't doing it. Like I said, I feel like this person got angry because you would like to ask questions. That you weren't going to let them just like be bossy and like dominate you in the connection, especially because you were feeling like this person is like holding back from me, maybe not cheating, but definitely holding back, where can't even communicate and acting like they don't care. So it's again not making you feel emotionally safe. Again, creating intimacy problems right from the get-go, because you can't communicate with this person without them being self-righteous. And then once you actually show your feelings, they're going to act like they don't care. However, they're the one that's going to come into the relationship in the beginning of the relationship and lay the groundwork and say, this is what I want. And then in a drop of a dime, change. And that's because they fall in love with being in love. They don't necessarily know what love is. They know the feeling of love, which is more like passion. So this person gets caught up in that, and that doesn't last, especially if you're going to give this person everything that they want, and they're the ones that are like laying the groundwork. And that's what they do in every relationship. I just feel like they never came across someone like you before. They're used to, again, codependent people. Now I feel like this person's in a dilemma because they showed you that they didn't care. And that's what I said. I feel like now I feel like this person's in a dilemma. Yeah, because they weren't coming from their truth. They were acting like they didn't care. And, like coming in, trying to give too much and then not giving anything. We see a second chakra imbalance. And this person mainly has anxiety because they feel as if they don't really even know how to approach you anymore. That's number one. Number two, because they really do have feelings now, because I feel like they spend so much time like obsessing about how to control this connection and not being able to, it actually triggered their abandonment. So there's a sense that they really think that they're in love. And number three, it's like they've been doing the same thing for a long time. It was bound that the universe was going to interject with somebody that was going to teach them karmic lesson about playing games, like coming in, promising everything, and then like leaving a person flat. Because this person, I feel like, doesn't just fall in love with being in love, but also when the relationship doesn't work out, feeling the devastation from that other person that it didn't work out, this person gets off on, because it's again makes them feel good about themselves. But again, I feel like they know that you know who they are due to this game, that this is something that you are not the first person that they've done this to. And so this is why this person doesn't know how to approach you, because when you were naive and you didn't know about them, they could tell you anything. But now, whatever they tell you, they know that you know. And that wouldn't matter if they didn't have feelings, but they have feelings. And I think that they're angry because they do have feelings. And that's the irony. And that's because they're being forced to change. They're being forced to either move on and forget about you or surrender their ego. So again, this is why they're like, I don't know how to approach you, because if they knew that it was going to be slam dunk, they would have no problem approaching you. But they're like, I don't know. Judged again, feeling like they're going to be judged. So this is a trigger for them. However, I feel like it's like the tables have turned, because the entire time that you were trying to have a conversation with this person, figure out what was going on in the connection, they made you feel judged. And so again, they kind of the tables have turned, where now it's like this person feels uncomfortable. And the reason why both of you guys feel uncomfortable with each other is because this person refused to give you the time. They don't really know who you are. And clearly they spend so much time like trying to control the relationship. I don't think that they allowed themselves to be comfortable at all. Ignored, and it's like, and you felt ignored. It's like you're avoiding me because you don't want to be judged, so you sit there and you ignore me. And then like after a certain amount of time, this person feels like, well, then I come back and I act like absolutely nothing happened. And I feel like you got tired of it because this person acts like they don't care about your feelings. It started to feel like that they just were focusing too much on the physical, the attraction. Like every time they were having a conversation with you, they were like, hey, gorgeous, hey, this, hey, that, or you're hot. And again, like leaning it towards like sexual, leaning it towards like romance, leaning it towards passion, but never any real substance where you could open up to this person emotionally. And I feel like that started to corrode the relationship, to be honest with you, because you're like ignoring me. So this person only sees what you do. They don't see how they contribute to the undesirable life experiences too that play out in their life. So they're seeing you as you ignored them when really they're the ones that ignored you. And also, like, almost like this person thinks that you display too much caring for other people and vice versa. And I feel like this person purposely tries to get underneath your skin where they'll give time and attention to, like, in their past lovers, like, again, people that they've dated that they know that they're never going to get back together with, their ex, people that are so insignificant, people that they'll tell you that they don't like at all, but then they'll sit there and they'll give the time, they'll give the energy, they'll give the compassion, again, the display of affection, like, again, they're so comfortable, but with you, you get nothing. You get nothing. So it's, again, after a while, it's like you could tell that this person was always trying to trigger your insecurities. And that's because this person was insecure. See, they see what they look for. So because you're confident and because they like you and find you really attractive, they see that you're a good catch. And they know that you know that you're a good catch. So this person decides to come in and give you less, trying to, like, actually make you dummy down a little bit and try to make themselves feel, again, more attractive by, showing that they can have the bond that you're looking for. They just won't do it with you. And they, like, just when I say the bond, I'm talking about, like, having a conversation that's outside of the physical, about the bedroom, about how hot, about that, uh, more about things that mean something. Like I said, they can do it with other people, but they don't do it for you. So what you see is again that this uh departmentalizing, compartmentalizing is when a person tries to put you in a specific category and treat you like that. So it's like they won't give you the emotional, but they'll give you the sexual. They give other people the emotional, they don't give them, instead of, again, being with a person and and enjoying every part of them, like not needing a different person to fulfill, your sexual life, opposed from your emotional life, opposed to your, like, is that's pretty much what uh that is, that what I see that this person does, and they do it by trying to make you feel insecure, but it's really they're insecure, that's why they need to do that. So what we see is, again, a lot of anxiety because they're saying, I don't even know how to, like, come back from this. And they wouldn't know how to come back from it because they created a bunch of bullshit. So we have to say, what is this person going to do, if they're going to do anything at all? We're not even going to go into, like, what type of connection this is and what this person really thinks down deep inside, because, again, they have feelings for you, but we pretty much know that this is a karmic connection because you're teaching them, because you didn't put up with it. They thought you were going to respond and react a certain way. You didn't do that. And it's teaching them, because guess what? They still have feelings. So we are definitely going to see why you attracted this person into this person was attracted into your life, why you attracted them in. Because, like I said, at this point, we already know that this is a karmic connection. This card does not belong in there, but we'll read it anyway. It says, you show up in my dreams. It helps me process buried memories. So again, I say that that's, again, confirmation that that's the past life connection. but I'm saying it's a past life karmic connection that's helping this person again do healing. Because that's why, past life memories would be coming up. I'm done playing games. So in their mind, again, now that they have anxiety and they see that you moved on, they're gonna say that they're done playing games. Because it's like you manipulated it. However, there's obstacles. And I feel like the obstacles are this person tends to have, again, like a karmic attachment. And so this person isn't going anywhere. It's almost like this person was like, I'm gonna do what I want, does what they want, and then goes to hell. And now that they're in hell, they're like, get me out. I'll be good. I'm done playing games. And then the karmic is like, you ain't going anywhere. So that's the obstacle. Because now just because that they want to, they can't. But they played so many games. And this is why they have so much anxiety. You are the first thing on my mind when I wake up, and I also told you that they're obsessive now. But they're obsessive because you have detached from them, and the karmic is there. And they don't want to be with karmic because karmic is controlling them. They didn't want to have anyone control them. They wanted to have party all the time. And when they could have had you, they again and been with you. I don't want to say have you, but could have been with you where they took the time to get to know you. Instead, they were running around with all these different people, and that's why they got this attachment. So this is why this person is in regret right now, and that they're trying, they don't know how to approach you, but they're done playing games because it's like they learned their lesson. But I don't think that makes a difference. That doesn't, this person, like I said, is very obsessive with you, and this is all that I keep saying. It's like, so, and that's because it's almost like they always want what they can't have. The grass is always greener. They have regret. This song, that's why the song goes, you don't know what you got till it's gone. I feel like they will eventually one day make it back to you. But I'm not feeling like you guys are gonna like take this person back after they, did all this and then wound up getting an attachment to the point that they can't leave. So either they got that person pregnant, or either again they got wrapped up with that person somehow, that person has that much power. I mean, I don't know. Or they were with this person prior to you and pretended that they were single, and now they need to figure out how to get out, and now that karmic is not going to let them out. Either way, they lied. For all of you, it's something different. So I don't really see this connection working out. Joker card. So it's almost like leaves it up in the air because it's like, we know. Yeah, like it's like, I just feel like, nope, new territory. Nope. It's like, first of all, this is a new territory for this person because they've never been put in this. That's why it's karmic. Because they're like, I never suspected someone not to like play my game. I've never expected it. I usually get people that fall for me. I usually am a really good judge of character. Not today. And so I feel like for you, it's again, no, you again are gonna go on to new territory. You're like, I'm gonna be like, which I knew, but I wanted to see anyway, because I know that, this is our general messages. However, I just feel like by the time this person comes back, it's like karmically not, like you'll be on to bigger and better ventures. It's like leaving this person behind, and that's pretty much what this person's karma is. So again, we need to ask, we still want to know why we attracted that person in, because, well, what the hell, they came in and we see how we influenced them, right, Capricorn? But we don't really see how they influence our life, except for they made us mad. They created a little drama, unnecessary drama again, when people don't make it easy and they send you mixed messages and they know that you have feelings toward them, well, again, trying to create an attachment is creating drama, unnecessary drama. By making you feel insecure, trying to make you feel insecure. So we have to say again, you're not with them. You see how you taught them, but how did they teach you? What did you need to learn? Why did they come into your life? Because you're a magnet of whom what comes into your life. We always get what we need to help heal, to help us grow and help us evolve. And so with this situation, when it's like this, it's obviously to heal in order to grow. So you can transform. So we're going to pull 3. Belittled, the first card out. I feel like a lot of you were brought up by like a parent that was abusive, verbally abusive, made you feel like not good enough, made you not be allowed to be vulnerable, wanted to dominate, and did so by making you feel bad about yourself. They didn't give time and attention, which is a form of emotional abuse. And play. So I feel like, again, if you didn't have the time and attention, I feel like you wound up going off and escaping through imagination, through play. And I actually think that that's a gift, believe it or not. All trauma, all shadows that create wounds are not traumatic wounds. Sometimes it's our gifts that just, excuse me, that just weren't fully developed yet. That we didn't really see how they play a part in actually creating our life. And so I feel like for a very long time, you spent growing yourself and creating yourself to be able to support yourself, to be able to, figure out how to support yourself anyway. And what I feel like is that this person like it made you feel bad about yourself. They were continually, again, making you feel bad. So you, again, put the energy into yourself. And then what happened is that, and I feel like not even through like starting a new job or anything, I feel like it was really through like playing. So whether that was, you started to go to concerts with friends, like I feel like some of you guys are into music. So you went to like, again, made it like every week and you guys would go, you and your friends would go to like bars that had bands playing and music, different type of music venues, where others of you would be like, well, every week my friend would take me out and we would go to a different comedy club. It's you wound up like going out and just having a good time and losing yourself in that. And I feel like something that you needed. And it's something that after a traumatic relationship where someone is going to act like it's your problem, that, that that you think that I should need more, that you think that I should do more for you, when really it's no, it's this person's problem. They have issues. They're with somebody. They're connected to someone they don't want to be with. They thought that that they could, be with you and this person. They would thought that they could compartmentalize and, and that because they don't have feelings for that person. But that doesn't matter because you don't want part of the person, you want all of the person. Otherwise, then what's missing is again the emotional connection. This person's looking at you almost like a piece of meat because they're very attracted because they haven't taken the time to actually emotionally bond to you because there's this karmic person there. So again, when you go out and play, you find yourself. It's like you don't have any expectations of anything. And so when you go out and you play, again, you're not looking for anything. And that's when you get intuition. That's when you have realizations. that's because I feel like this person, like being in a connection with this person was a bit traumatizing because they knew what they were doing, but because of their dysfunction, they were trying to make you be in a dysfunctional relationship, like get into a third party. And that's what you felt, even though they have feelings for you, even though it doesn't matter. It's like, they have feelings for me, but it's so compartmentalized because of your trauma, because of things, again, things that you need to heal. So instead of you healing them, like you expect me to like undervalue myself, like I said. All right, so we have to say that was the spiritual lesson. Anyone that makes you feel that's not giving you time and attention is making you feel bad, especially if you're saying, hey, this is what I need, and they're twisting it around and making it like you're judging them. They're like belittling you. They're again making you feel insignificant, making you feel not important, making you feel as if there's something wrong with you, if in fact they're actually judging you. So you had no choice but to leave, but that's why. But it was also to take a break, play, find yourself, because you find yourself when you play. You also connect to the higher self when you play, because again, for reasons that I said, there's no expectation. You aren't looking for anything. You're just going out, doing what you love, and being interactive in what you love. And that's where the magic actually happens. And that's how you actually recreate a new life. Otherwise, those traumas from childhood seem to, again, you still are holding them and still unconsciously attracting people that are doing the same thing, but making you feel the same way that you grew up, which would be like getting into a trauma bond because this person's trying to form an attachment without emotionally giving you something and then making you feel bad. Like when you have, like needs, wants, desires, want to communicate. And what you want to communicate is that you actually want to create intimacy with this person, and this person's getting triggered by it. So Spirit says, no, go out and play. Because obviously, if a parent made you feel bad and they didn't give you time and attention, made you feel insignificant, that's the energy that we need to integrate. And we don't go out and try and become significant because we wouldn't even know where to start with that. So Spirit always says you start where you are and you start by playing. Be like childlike. Again, in the Bible, it says that because there's no expectations, there's no ownership. It just is like when we're in the co-creation process. We're just doing what we love, and then we're connected to like-minded people. We're not looking to meet somebody, but people come into our lives that resonate with us. And that energy takes on a whole other synergy of energy that opens up a whole new life. And that's what Spirit's saying. It's like this person's karmic. And you passed the test because you said no, you didn't get back into a trauma bond that kept you bound to those childhood wounds. It actually brought you into your passions, to your true self. And then you put the rest in God's hands. And we end off this reading where Spirit says, leave the rest in my hands. My trust in life is implicit. God's greatest knowing and greatest love guides my heart and my choices. My faith is steady, and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. So it's not that you're not going to meet somebody. It's just not in the right time. And the reason why is because Spirit says, I want you to go out and play. I want you to go out and discover who you are. I want you to connect with people that are going to support you, love you, so that you wouldn't even let someone like this into your life. You would recognize it and be like, I don't care what connection we have. In the physical realm, you don't show up for me. because you're dysfunctional. I don't want to live like where I compromise myself because you're compromising yourself because you're angry because you have to compromise yourself. So you would never really treat me in the highest and in the way that I know I'm so deserving of. So instead, I put it in God's hands. And in the meantime, I have fun. I'm going to leave that there, Capricorn. You let me know how you resonated with us. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.